We can have you. We're gonna have you build it all in there, and then we can have you take off and fly to one of the points along your way, and then you can set up a hold at like you know how to do. I'm just gonna make it a little square for you.
I'm not sure this thing's moving on my.
That's driving me nuts. That's not square.
Try not to touch that seat. If I can, let's see how that goes. Alright. Enter. Where are we going? Oh, can you hand me the key? It's in the book. 780. Rotations. Hey Jay, can you hand me the
Yep.
key in the book?
The key, yep.
Sunk out.
You got the Hobbs time in there as 5708.0.
Yep. Alright, so I'm going to set up this flight plan. Where am I? I'm departing out of where?
You're at KPI, so St. Petersburg.
KPIE.
We did the Pi 1 departure. Then intercept Victor.
Where's that? Is it
What's up?
under departure? KPI. Looking under my.
Is there not a Pi 1? Maybe they don't have it anymore. Let me see. Procedure, departure. It says on yeah, no, they don't have a departure.
Okay. Not a big deal.
Do you want to go out of maybe Sarasota has one? Maybe I should go out of Sarasota.
Map approach. I don't see one out of Sarasota either.
Sarasota doesn't.
That's alright. I mean, I don't have to have a departure. It's
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. Another approach in there. You can load into Miami. So you're out of Cape High. I'm looking at Victor 35 to RSW, and then from RSW Victor 7 to Miami.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and load this. Flight plan.
So you're gonna want to incorporate the MFD there. Is where what I'm doing.
Am I doing this on the MFD?
I would. Yeah. So enter on the. There you go.
Or am I going on the KPI?
So then you go. You can start. Say that it's radar vectors to a first waypoint. We'll say radar vectors to career. That's Charlie Alpha Romeo India Romeo. then go ahead and put in RSW. So your entry point onto Victor 35 is career. I don't know, that's car here, car career.
So do I need to go back into career and to put in the Victor Airway?
No, then you go up to RSW. Press menu. Load airway. So there's only one airway from career to RSW, and it's Victor 35, and then you put your exit point would be RSW.
Okay.
So it's highlighted. There you go. And load. And now under that, now I would put in the Dolphin VOR, which is the one in Miami. It's Delta Hotel Papa. Okay. And if you want to load the airway from RSW to Dolphin, how would you do that?
I need an exit, right?
Nope, you go up and you highlight Dolphin DHP. Press menu, yep.
Airway.
That's Victor 7.
DHP. S load. Enter. Okay.
There you go. So now if you press enter on the FMS knob, and then you can go ahead and press flight plan or press and hold clear and make sure that you can see all your flight plan on there.
On here?
Yeah. So now you can zoom out and see if it's all in there.
There you go. Looks like it.
Loaded it all up good?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, and then you could load a. You could go ahead and load an approach at. Your final destination is KMIA, Miami. Mike India Alpha.
Okay.
Oh, and then there's another way to clean that up. So you see how it's showing like all the fixes along your route.
Right.
If you wanted to like compress it, so just showed airways, I think you can go press menu.
Just from anywhere or here?
I think so. Yeah, menu. Go down to collapse airways. That's a good thing to note too. It cleans it up. So now that just has your entry points and airways instead of having to scroll through everything.
Okay.
Now go ahead and put in the Kilo Mike India Alpha.
Am I gonna go ahead and load the approach from here?
Yep, now you can go ahead and select procedure. Whatever you want to select.
Alright, we'll do ILS 9.
Sure. Yep, that's cool.
What's the minimums on there?
LS9 minimums are 208.
Alright.
There you go.
Alright.
Oh, you expanded the airways again?
No, it just did
Oh,
it.
it did it when once.
Yeah, when I cleared it out of there.
Gotcha.
KMIA. Approach. ILS. Alright. So, as we kind of go along this, I mean,
Yeah, I was thinking about putting you in a hold somewhere. Like I can speed you up. We're not gonna obviously fly
Yeah.
all the way to Miami, but
Sure.
but I could, act like there's a hold somewhere along your route of flight, or I could speed you up closer to Miami.
yeah,
Or we could change and say you had to divert to Sarasota because you had engine failure or something and you're holding.
sure.
Kind of do that so we can take off out of here. Let's take down an actual clearance for what it would be like.
Okay. Switch pad. Alright. Ready to copy.
Skyhawk 17409er cleared to Miami via radar vectors to Career. Then Victor 35 to RSW. Victor 7 to Dolphin. Climb and maintain 1,600. Expect 3,000 10 minutes after departure. Tampa frequency 119.65. Squawk 4367.
Right, Skyhawk. Which one am I in?
17409.
Skyhawk 17409 cleared to KMIA via radar vectors to Career. Victor 35 to RSW to Victor 7 to Dolphin. Climb maintain 1,600. Expect 3,000. 10 minutes after departure. Frequency 119.65. Squawk 4367. Skyhawk 17409.
Sky 409, read back correct.
So when I'm gonna have here for radar vectors clear, so as soon as I take off, you're just gonna vector me.
Yeah.
Outta here?
Yeah, on departure, flight runway heading, then radar vectors to Career.
Okay. And I'm taking off at 180. Looks like.
I gotta find where Career's on here real quick. Hold on. Don't go yet.
16 miles.
It's 16 miles?
Yeah. You're probably.
Okay, I got you. I'm not gonna make you fly 16 miles. Just take off and get out of there and I'll speed you up.
Okay.
Let me know when you have the mixture in and all that good stuff and I'll start your engine for you.
Mixtures in.
Want the loud sound up. So zoom in on your MFD so you can see the runway. Because you're taking off from like 0, 0. There you go.
Well, holy jeez. I'll probably cut that part out.
Yeah. Start it from right about now. Skyhawk 17409 or contact Tampa Departure.
Contact Tampa Departure, Skyhawk 17401. Tampa Departure, Skyhawk 17409 is at 600 and climbing to 1,600.
There's Skyhawk 17409, ident, and climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Turn right heading turn left heading 270. Right heading 270.
Climb,
Right.
maintain 3,000, turn right heading 270.
I'm looking at it backwards on my side. Skyhawk 17409, proceed direct to career once reaching 3,000 feet.
Proceed directed career once at 3,000, 17409.
I've got this exact. The reason why I'm taking it this way is I've come out of Pi, and this is exactly how they take you. They take you away from Tampa's approach corridor, get you up to 3,000, then turn you back south. Have you done many approaches in St. Petersburg or Albert Whitted?
What's that?
Have you done many approaches at St. Petersburg or Albert Whitted?
I've done a couple. Well, I think I've done like 2 approaches at St. Pete.
Yeah. I gotta take you to do the circling approach at Albert Whitted. It is nuts. You fly over downtown, then you're only like 200 feet above the depth of the buildings.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So at this point, I would zoom back out on your MFD so you can see more like 7.5 is what I think is good. Another direction there.
as I'm going along here, because it's technically has me going towards career, so once I hit 3,000, I'm just going to intercept that the CDI.
Say what? Oh no.
So since it's got me going to career currently. So once I hit 3,000, I'm just turning and trying to intercept that.
No, because I said direct to career.
Okay, gotcha.
So you'd want to breathe in, highlight career,
Yeah.
press direct, enter. But yeah, we probably should have put in Pi's VOR, so you can just navigate off of green CDI once you're on Victor Set 35, which is their VOR is 116.4. Go ahead and get leveled off and direct to career and then do that. Nope, you're going to need to highlight it. There you go, now direct. I'll tell you what radial it is, just because we didn't brief it, and I know you're just doing this more for radial 157 from Pi. So when you get a chance, put in 116.4 into nav 1 active.
Okay.
Nav 2 is 114.15 for D County, which is our step. Let's watch that altitude. There it is, yep. So that's 116.4. And just swap that into the active. And then press the nav knob. And I'll go down to nav 2. Nope. There you go, yep. 114.15. So now that you're on this heading, go ahead and bug this heading that's holding your course. And you see that RMI needle right there, that arrow?
Yeah.
It's showing that right now you're on you'd read the tail of it.
I'm on the
You're on the
PI8.
230 radial from Pi. So that's how you read that radiomagnetic bearing. That tells you what radial you're currently on. And if the arrow's pointing to the station, you always read the tail, right? Because you're from the station right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2 is the course back to the station, but the tail is the radial from the station. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so right now I'm on the 230.
Yeah, you're moving to the 220 actually. It's
Yeah.
like 220 now. So you're intercepting the 157 radial. Yeah, 157 is Victor 35.
first one I'm going into RSW.
What's that now?
The first one I'm going into is RSW.
Correct. So there's a changeover point there at Savy. The course changes from 157 to then you'd switch over to the RSW VOR, and that radial would be the 3280.
Right, so I don't have an approach loaded for the RSW. Is that correct?
No, we're going to Miami.
No, I'm just using the VOR as a waypoint.
The VOR is like you're showing that right now you're using the magenta as like a direct to a waypoint on a Victor Airway.
Uh-huh.
And then once you intercept that Victor Airway, I want you to switch then to CDI and navigate off the CDI on the Victor Airway.
Okay.
And that's the 157 radial. So once that tail kind of starts to creep up there to 157, you'll switch your CDI, you'll hit the CDI button and then turn your radial to 157. Which the reciprocal of that is 237. Or sorry, 327. So you're heading from the VOR, so the course will just be what the radial is. Does that make any sense what I'm trying to say? Like, when you're heading away from the VOR on a radial, your course and your radial are going to be the same. But when you're heading to the VOR, your course to the VOR is going to be, or your bearing to, however you want to say it, is going to be the reciprocal of the radial.
Right.
If you're flying to the VOR.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Cool. Alright, I'm going to speed you up a little bit here on
Okay.
this heading. Because you're still, what, 9 miles?
Yeah.
Put you more like... Alright. Go ahead, just press direct, enter again. There you go. Cool. Now how far are you? 4? That's about half of that. Cool. So if you wanted to, since you have time, you could maintain this heading button, right? That's holding your course. Press CDI and get your course turned in there right now to 157. So then once you hit it, you're already ready to go. There you go. Now press CDI. And again. There, now you're back to going direct to clear, but you're set up to track the Victor Airway using the VOR instead of GPS.
And that, okay, now
It's gonna sequence you GPS as well. I just want to see you fly off the Green Eagles as
Sure.
well. Show that. point. Sure, you're way off your radial now. Are you kind of on your radial?
Yeah, I mean, I keep getting moved around, but yeah, I'm pretty close.
Alright, there you go. Go ahead. Fly your radial there. How far are you from? Alright, so now you've transitioned from Murdo to Sabi, and you're 3.9. So now what I want you to do is once you find a heading that holds your course, so like 152 maybe, let's get that course back on there. Go ahead, bug that up.
Yeah, that's pretty correct.
Cool. Now press CDI 2, and now you need to turn in your course for that one, which is it's the 328 radial. So the reciprocal of that is what your course is going to be to the station.
Going to the station, so could I just do 328 from?
You could just do 328 in there, but the
328.
reciprocal, you kind of want your course and your radial, or your course to the station to be what you input in there.
Right.
So it's 328 minus 200 is 128 plus
128?
20 is 148. Yeah, there you go. So now go back to CDI 1. CDI 1. Nav 1. There
Nav
you go.
1?
There you go. So you're navigating off of that until you hit Sabi. Then once you hit Sabi, you're going to turn to intercept that other radial. Because right here is where Shank is over.
Alright, so I'm going to low 2. VOR 2.
There you go. Now you would intercept that radial. Cool. Now let's say ATC comes on, and for some reason, this would never happen, but you're gonna have a delay en route, and you need to hold because
Okay.
they need to get some traffic out of the way for you to proceed on route. Or maybe you're having some failure. But let's go ahead and Skyhawk 17409, advise when you're ready to copy holding instructions.
17409 is ready to copy holding instructions.
Alright, Skyhawk 17409, I want you 328 radial from RSW.
Hold south on 328 radio of RSW.
Hold south of Charo.
Hold south of Charo on 328 radio
Yep.
at RSW.
Yep.
Okay. And so Charo I'm coming up on.
Yep, and you're slowly intercepting that VOR. So tell me what you think this entry is going to be if I'm telling you to hold south of Charo.
Holding south of Charo on the 328
Watch your heading.
radio.
Yep, get that intercept angle back in there. That where you're heading.
Charo 328, I'm on 142, 328 radio, it's gonna be the opposite of, is that my reciprocal now? Pretty close to it. So, holding south radian terms.
Sorry, you missed. Watch your heading there. Keep drifting left.
South Charo. So
Are you south
I'm gonna
of
be,
Charo? Are you south of Charo right now?
No, I'm north of Charo right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a parallel.
Either one. The aim says that a teardrop takes precedence over a parallel. It's the same thing on the written test. Parallel would not be wrong in my opinion, but just so you know, if it's in between, they're going to want you to do a teardrop. From what the written says, the DP is not going to fail you. Watch. Yeah, there you go. For doing a parallel. So if you want to do a parallel, you can do a parallel. If you want to do a teardrop, do a teardrop.
Because technically the 328 is kind of my reciprocal, right?
The 328 is your reciprocal of your course right now, yeah. So you're already flying your outbound course of what your hold is going to be. So if I were you, I would just hit Charo, turn 30 degrees to the left for a minute, and then turn back inbound on the course. That's the easiest entry, right? The parallel is you got to continue outbound for a minute, and then left turn, re-intercept the course. I don't know, that seems a little bit more difficult to me.
So why does this have me?
Because the radial and the GPS don't line up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't get all confused.
That's why I'm just
with
like, what the hell's going on
GPS.
here?
Yeah, don't get all confused with the GPS. And in real life, the VOR is not exactly what the GPS is either. That's why they're starting to get rid of VORs, because they're not as precise as GPS positions.
So when I switch back to
That's up to you. They said the 328 radial. So I would still keep it in the VOR. This average it's obviously not, you're not actually picking up the VOR signal right now, right? Right, so it could be that just go off of this. Charo have to be played there. Charo happens to be at 31 DME from minus. Outline about what you're about to see. Yeah, right now.
stable said, yeah, it's not very good. It's like every once in a while, it's just like, I kind of laugh, I just want to like 2,000 RPM with, looks much better, right? Because you made that procedure turn, get you back on course from where you're at right now. So taking under 90 at a Let's go ahead and set down to 2000. dropping down the front end, you fall on the glide path now. Well, I'm doing a non-precision technically, right? I mean, I haven't even done an LPV. What's that? You're doing the LPV? Oh, I thought it was a RNAV. Yeah, RNAV. And then RNAV, and then LPV. Which you have to identify the functions to okay, go ahead, awesome. So we can hold up on that. Oh, because I have loss. Yeah, so look at your approach in your MFD screen. And then also it says it right there on your HSI. So it says approach, KPG, RNAV, or LPV. So it's always going to default to the one with the lowest minimums. Right. You're going to technically shoot the LNAV or the LNAV VNAV with this and use that fix. But it's just putting it there that yes, as you cross that, if you're on glide path, you should be at 5 feet. See how it's noted the star there? Yep. Next to it says for LNAV only. Right. So you don't need if you lost your glide path after you pass the file approach fix, it's good that you had to brief that so you know that you're moving down to it. You also have it on your MFD there. It shows you that 580 at each. Right. Each. Cool. So we're at like 0.8 out here. It's something starts hitting right. Yep, I'd probably get your picture back in there. Just start you out. And start pulling about lots in. Power 71. See how slow you're going with that power. About 85 miles over the ground. It's about 400 feet, 450 feet. Shooting for all that accelerate. Once you have the plan. Just hold this heading, hold it until you get that course line back. Pitch downward aggressively, back down on the glide path. Just follow a little bit so you don't speed up. Another back on glide path, power set back to 1900 and pitch return back. Just letting yourself veer too much left and right, of course. I gotta go all the way back to the right. 2,000 feet there. Close to it. Direct to Venice. Then you have procedure. Do the RNAV 1-3 circle to 5. Okay. So, let's see what you do there. You got direct file done, and there's a hold. Why is it not showing up everything? It's just showing direct file done. Yeah, and then it showed for but it's not drawn it over there. Go over there, done it. Yeah. So I got a little line there. Now maybe. How far are you from bottom 4.7? Yeah, okay. There you are. I'm freezing it should show up because it should show the entry. If you're looking at this, what type of entry would you do? T-Rock. Yeah. Cool. Whenever you're ready, go put that mixture in. Any questions on what we're doing? Shoot, I'll let you guys start playing first.
Okay.
No problem. Let's go. Procedure. Select approach. On fog. You might have. Okay, cool. Enter. Sure. Activate. Yeah, there it goes. I don't know what happened that first time. It looks the exact same on that MFT that I did, but for some reason it's now showing you the procedures. Oh, sure, yeah. Because before it just had like a little loop there. Right. So I don't think it was there. Maybe it was a glitch. Alright, hold on, let me search up for you. Make sure back in. Make sure back in. Sorry. There you go. those are the 913 circling to 05. Approach course is 140 degrees. I've got my procedure target followed up. Above 2000. Looks like about to sit down to about 1,600 jig pump. Just treat it like it is. So do the cut power, drop down to 1600, don't follow advice or anything like that. Okay. Treat it like it is. Normal, bumps. Once I found this, I'm going to drop down to 1,600. About mile 4, I get to check 1,600. I'm going to set up on a configuration. Flaps 10. Markings 1,300. Down to my minimal of 580. Once I have the loading type, I'm going to circle to 1.5 can be turning right. Pretty much go downwind. Base 405. So we are right turn to 230. So for downwind, pressure is up about 2,000 feet, so it's going to be higher. This altitude. So power more. Controls off. Yeah, that's fine.